Hi, and welcome back. This series, we've been talking about getting started with your online presence. And in our first video, we talked about domain names, hosting, and web designing. And then in our second video, we talked about which platform to use for your website. So now I want to talk about the actual promotion and marketing part of your website. Your main website is going to have the home page and your About Us page and the Contact Us page. But that is not going to be enough for your business to grow. You want to have offers. You want to attract people so that you can offer them something. And usually that means you have to do advertising or promotions. And one of the fastest way to get started with that is to test paid advertising. People talk about search engine optimization and getting traffic that route. Yes, that is a required must have, but it is something that takes a long time. 3 months to 6 months is standard for you to rank well. And that also means you have to create content regularly. If you're going to wait 6 months before your offers and promotions, that's not a good strategy. What we want to do is when we launch your website, you actually want to have an offer in place first. And then you want to test it with $100 of advertising and just see what happens with that. So when you're building your brand, when you're building your platform from scratch or rebranding, you do want to have a little bit of budget for marketing. So how do we solve that problem? So do we just have the offer on the homepage? Well, if you do that, then let's say you're advertising. So let's say you're doing Facebook advertising and you spend $100 and you get, let's say, 5 people who are interested and they contact you, and maybe a sale happens from that. But how do you know that person was from Facebook advertising and not from, let's say, your word of mouth advertising? So if you have it all on the same thing, then it becomes really difficult to track where your revenue is coming from or where your leads are coming from. To begin with, you want to know where your leads are coming from. So in order to solve that problem, you have to have another platform to do your promotions. So I know it's just, you're like, oh, wait, I just got started with my website. Why do I need another platform? Well, you need another platform because you want to separate things out so that you can track your paid advertising, your offers from different channels of your marketing. So, if you do Facebook advertising, you want to know Facebook is sending me so many people. If you're doing YouTube, then you want to have a separate channel for that and then be able to track, traffic coming from YouTube. So that way, after you've spent, let's say, $100 on Facebook and $100 on YouTube, and you find out that, Facebook sends you 5 and then YouTube sends you 20 people, well, then it makes sense to focus more on YouTube and just scale that one out as much as you can and come back to this afterwards, after you've made some money over here, right? So that's the logic behind having a different platform. So you might have heard of landing pages, the concept of landing pages. And that's basically what that is. You have these service providers that give you a login and an interface so that you can create a web page with a simple drag and drop and create your offers and then send traffic to it. So landing page service providers, that's the problem that they're solving. They're allowing you as a business owner, as a marketer, to be able to create a web page that looks good design wise because they have templates. All you need to do is go and update those templates to match your brand to put in your offer. So that way you don't have to go back and forth between a designer, a developer, right? And it just costs you more money. So here with the landing page service, that's basically what you're paying the money for. So how do you connect your landing page and maintain your brand? This is where a subdomain comes into play. So coming back to, a domain name like, jazzymarketing.com, I might have offers.jazzymarketing.com where I host my offers. You can create offers dot whatever your domain name is, point that domain to your landing page service provider. They're the hosting provider in this case. You're just pointing a subdomain to that, which is called a CNAME. And then anybody who goes to that page will still see your branding, but you have the ability to go in and update the pages faster, quicker. All right. So that's the major piece that you need to think about when you're thinking about building your brand and promoting online, is having this landing page solution where you're able to promote your offers and then sending traffic to that. So, like this month, for the next 10 days, you run an offer and you drive traffic to that and then figure out how that is performing for you. The other part of promoting and marketing your brand is not trying to sell first. What I mean by first is, I just met you, I'm going to sell you something, and that's not going to work, or it's going to work at a very bad rate. So if you go to 100 people and just say buy, 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 maybe one of them buys. But if you go to 100 people and you say, okay, here's something that I want to offer, but for now, just give me an email ID. So you might get 20 people, 30 people to give you their email ID rather than actually taking money out from their pocket and giving you on the first try. So when you're looking at your sales process, you want to look at incremental steps that you can have your user take in order to become a customer. So in online marketing, the big thing that you're going to hear a lot is, build your email list. So what you want to do is you want to give something of value in exchange for an email ID. So transacting money, but you're still transacting. You're exchanging a piece of information in exchange for an email. If you cannot get a person to do that, well, having them actually pay you is just going to be much harder. From a sales cycle perspective, you want to get a person's email ID first, and then that way you can reach out to them again and offer them whatever you're promoting at a later stage, rather than offering them and saying, hey, buy something from me right away. So now the next question is, well, from a tech perspective, I have my domain name, I have my hosting, I have my website design. I need a solution for my landing pages. It can be just another WordPress instance on your subdomain. So talk to your designer, talk to your dev person, and see if that's a viable solution. It's a very viable solution nowadays with page builders. So now, if you're able to do that, you have those four parts put together. The final piece of the puzzle is going to be your email marketing platform. What you want now is a solution that will automate the email communication between your leads and nurturing your leads. So, if somebody says, all right, well, I'm interested in your 50% off offer, then you say, okay, give me your email ID. I'll give you 50% off coupon. So that way they give you the email and you send them the 50% off coupon. So that way you can communicate with that user because they've provided the email ID for you. So now that communication part, you want to automate it, because you can't really sit there 24 hours and say, hey, I just got an email from a user who's requesting a 50% coupon. So this service is called an email service provider or autoresponder service. And we'll talk about that in the next video. All right, bye.